and Meek Mill have had a very up and down relationship ever since they broke up. They ended off on a pretty bad note, and there were some instances where they were throwing shade at each other. However, they did get to a point where they set aside their differences, and Meek Mill started to reach out to Nicki while she was dating Nas. Not only that, Nicki admitted in her song Barbie Dreams that Meek was still in her DMs. So around that time, it seemed as if they were in some communication with each other, and Nicki did eventually reconcile with Meek.
Any room for you and Meek to ever get back together? I was just curious. There's room? You're not sure? Maybe?
Nas told me that he thinks that Meek is still in love with me.
Well,
While we were together.
Well, I have so many questions about this, but so did you and Meek ever? Did you tell Meek that you were gonna date? Nah,
No.
Everything.
Meek, I have no words for him. I did not have no words for Meek. It's taken me a long time to even be at this place, and it's because he's, since he came home, he's apologized to me. He's really tried to like be the bigger person, and to like, he's come out and said, yo, I know I didn't really do right, and I know like, you stood by me and you were good to me, and so because of that, I was able to breathe and really try to forgive and move on, because I'm a forgiving person as long as a person comes at me right. Mm-hmm. But if they continue with their bullshit, I'm not just gonna kiss your ass and like double back. I'm not gonna do that. Mm-hmm. But if you take that step with me, I'll meet you halfway.
Now, Nicki and Meek Mill's relationship did go downhill when he started linking up with her adversaries like Cardi B and Drake. And I do believe she blocked him because of it. But even after she blocked him, Meek Mill was still keeping tabs on her. And also, Meek Mill has had this strange habit of targeting men who've been linked to Nicki Minaj. In fact, I remember the time when he sent his people to attack Nicki's ex-boyfriend, Safari. Not only that, when Nicki was dating the race car driver Lewis Hamilton, Meek threw shade and said she don't like nice guys. Also, when Nicki got into a relationship with her now husband, Kenneth Petty, Meek was asked about it and he said, I don't feel nothing and I don't know that man to judge him. I went to check him out on her page and found out I was blocked. Even though Meek tried to be mature about Nicki's new relationship, he just couldn't help himself. When he found out that Nicki got engaged to Kenny, he dissed him in this unreleased track. Listen to this.
You know what I mean? You was supposed to be my Beyonce, now you this nigga fiance? What? Fuck you mean you feel a connection? He listen to you, what? This with Balenciaga with bootcut jeans. What the fuck, you losing your mind? Hey yo, call my phone back, yo. Every time you post this nigga wanna smoke this nigga. We just broke up last year, how you know this nigga? But you was cheating on me? You was creeping on me? See you tweet and say you felt the way that Chloe feeling. Man, fuck all that. You with this bum ass nigga, he ain't up like that. Frail nigga to a weirdo, he ain't cut like that. 12 rounds in that he don't fuck like that. I had that shit master, he don't make you bust like that. I'ma let you do your thing, you gon' come right back. Chris Brown, Karuchi popping up like that. Yeah, you up like that, you share me?
Now, I do believe that this song was the root of Kenny and Meek's altercation. If you don't know, last month, Nicki and her husband Kenny had a heated argument with Meek Mill in the store. Meek attempted to approach Nicki, but her husband wasn't having that, and things did get out of control. Ever since that happened, it caused even more tension between Nicki and Meek. Now, fast forward to today. There was an instance that happened that sparked a messy Twitter feud between Nicki and Meek Mill. The Shade Room posted a screenshot of Meek liking a shady post about Nicki's husband. So in this post, Nicki's husband was photoshopped as a mannequin in the Jimmy Jam store, and Meek Mill, being petty, liked it. Nicki decided to return that petty energy and posted several pics on her Instagram story clowning Meek Mill and his clothes. She also tweeted this: trigger fingers turned to Twitter fingers, bad built face obsessed with the queen. This dude been tweeting about my man for a year now, talking about he went to my page to see him, but he was blocked. My dude, move on. I know you're embarrassed. Crapped on yourself in that store when you got presto. and she put the clown emoji. Now, things did take a very messy turn when Nicki posted this message on her Instagram story. She said, "You a clown. You do it for likes. Hashtag Twitter fingers. Beat women scared of men." Okay? Now, when she said this, I was like, whoa, wait a minute. She said that Meek Mill beats women. Allegedly. Those are her words, not mine. But I couldn't help but think back on this clip from an unreleased documentary that Nicki had, where she admitted that she was in an abusive relationship. She didn't name any names, but some people speculated that it may have been about Meek.
And I vowed, like, that's why I'm, like, maybe some people would describe me as abrasive or bitchy or whatever, because I vowed from that age, no man would ever abuse me, call me out my name, treat me like that. And then all of a sudden, that was my life. Like, I let one human being make me so low that, like, I didn't even remember who I was. I was scared to get in the studio. Like, I didn't believe in myself.
Now, Meek Mill did respond to Nicki on Twitter, and he said, "The only way you could try to kill my career is to say I beat women. Talk about your brother convicted of rape, and you've been new and paid for his lawyer. Your little brother touched that little girl too. You know I know. You want me to crash with your boyfriend, and I won't. You said you willing to crash your man because you losing now, and everybody in the industry know you a bad person. You been knew your brother was raping that little girl. That's why I got away from you." When Meek tweeted this, I was completely shocked, and I kind of wish Nicki never engaged herself in a Twitter war with Meek Mill, because it all looks bad, and I understand that Nicki had nothing to do with what her brother did, but people will always use her brother as a way to get at her, and it's unfortunate, and Meek did just that. He hit her where it hurts and made it personal. Now, Nicki responded and said this: "You beat your own sister and taped it, spit on her and taped it, kicked me in front of your mother and sent her to the hospital. Sucking Drake's D made you feel tough again. Move on." Imagine talking about an alleged rape of a child to hurt someone who wasn't involved just so people can't dislike me. You never stand on your own. You won't tell people the mother is on tape asking me for $20 million to make the charge go away though. You was around, you know, see you soon. Now, I had an issue with this tweet right here. I thought it was very disturbing that Nicki would call this rape an alleged rape. Her brother, Jelani, was sentenced 25 years to life in prison for sexually abusing a young girl, and his DNA was found on her clothes. So this is not alleged, okay? This actually happened. So I was very disappointed that Nicki would actually say that. Very disappointed. And it's also very telling that she still believes her brother is innocent. I don't know, maybe she's in denial about that, but the evidence was there. Let's just clear that up. Her brother was found guilty and he was convicted, and that ain't no allegedly. Also, if the claims that Nicki made about Meek are true, I'm disappointed in him as well, because that's terrible that he would beat on Nicki and his sister, allegedly. And I do find it weird that he said that he left Nicki because of what her brothers did, but he still was chasing after her when they broke up. So why was he still trying to pursue her if he thought she was so bad? I don't get that at all. Meek Mill continued to go in on Nicki, and this is what he said on Twitter: "Surrounded by rapists talking what? Stop playing. You picked a great time to be saying I ever put my hands on you. You full of hate, and the industry know you're full of hate. And you're bad getting low, so you want to destroy me. I can't believe y'all industry people let these people survive this long in the game, knowing they really nasty people and have a really nasty upbringing. Everybody really know what's going on. I'm powerful. I'm never scared to speak up. For clarification, I don't hit women, and I won't let my interviews be filled with question about her or any situations to do with her when I come out to do press for my new album. No devil's tricks." This whole Twitter feud was a hot mess, and it made both Meek and Nicki look very bad. Both of them are in relationships now. Meek Mill's with his pregnant girlfriend Milano, and Nicki is with her husband Kenny. So the fact that they're still tweeting each other just looks flat out crazy. And I think they both realized how crazy they looked, because Meek Mill tweeted this: "My girl is with me pregnant. Watching me tweet about my ex is very clownish. I'ma exit." He also said, "Meanwhile, Jeff Bezos is running up billions by the minute, while us dudes just gone wild beefing all day. Laugh out loud. I see stuff different now, and I don't really got the time no mo." Nicki also spoke about her Twitter spat with Meek Mill during her interview with Polestar Live, and this is what she said.
Saying, you know, keep it quiet, keep that. Did he tweet you today?
I was hacked. I got hacked this morning, you guys. Don't believe anything you saw. The good old hack excuse.
Now, is that shit premeditated or does it just happen?
It just happens, and listen, it never fails. Every time I do it, 5 minutes later, I'm like, why the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Every single time. But it's a good lesson in knowing how to master your anger and emotions. So every time I do that, I like give myself a talking to in my head, like, okay, you played yourself, you shouldn't have did that. You learned your lesson again. How many times you gotta learn that lesson? You know, so I gave myself that talk today, sir.
I do the same shit and I just do the same fucking shit the next day.
So both Nicki and Meek realized how silly they were for getting into a feud on Twitter, and I do hope they learned their lesson from now on. Anyway, tell me what you all think about this video.